Yep, this is the view that I want you guys to have right here from your new Corvette. Welcome back to my Corvette channel. I asked you to come back and you did. I do appreciate that. We have so much fun talking and promoting everything Corvette. Today on the show, we're going to talk about the 2022 Corvette order guide and a couple of little nuggets that I found. And also right now, I want to show you something that I think that I just discovered, didn't really realize, that I think we need and Chevy should give us on every C8 Corvette. And then we'll finish up today's upload with your beautiful rides. Thanks again for joining us. Wanted to get you hard at work. Good morning.
Hardly at work.
Exactly. Hey, welcome back to the channel. You guys got a quick one for you today, but some good information. The 2022 order guide is out. But yesterday on socials, we revealed this car to Michael and Christy, and Chuck has done a lot of work on it. We'll talk about in a future vlog all the stuff that you did in that vlog that ordinarily we don't do. But one thing I discovered, and this is something that I think that we need, and I guess I never really noticed it until you had the car up in the air. You and I talked about this last week. He put on a Paragon Performance exhaust. And you see this area like this wide open. That's how it is. That's how it is. So when the car's down, you see this honeycomb right there. That's great, but you really don't see this. So when the car's down low, kind of like this car here, you don't really see underneath there because it sits so low to the ground. So when he had this up in the air, and I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. What are you doing?
What's missing? I'm raising this up so you can show them what's missing.
Okay. Well, this looks a little bit different too because of the aftermarket exhaust, and there's no exhaust. There's no mufflers there. Yeah. It's all black underneath here, so that hides it a little bit better too. You see this from Chevy, but yet this is still open here. Okay, so back to Michael and Christy's car. This is, here, another tip from your buddy Rick for you aftermarket guys out there. Somebody get this honeycomb metal mesh and put this in here. I don't see why that would be an issue and why Chevy did not do that. Do you agree? I mean...
Well, yeah, I mean, they just blocked it out with the factory muffler, so you don't really notice it.
Yeah, so when you're doing aftermarket stuff, you see Amelia, Hartford, and all those folks that do all kinds of neat stuff to their cars, but when they do that, it draws more attention and it exposes more of this area. So when you're driving, you worry about debris and stuff getting way up in there, for goodness sake. So why not, from Chevy, do we not have this honeycomb piece for this area right here? Well, for the aftermarket guys that are watching right now, you're like, oh my gosh, Rick, you're right. You're going to go to work on that right now. But seriously, I'll buy it to close out this area, even though it's a little more enclosed on that car.
Well, it's not enclosed, it's just that the muffler sits here, and they probably leave this open for airflow.
Well, sure, but I mean, this is not going to block any airflow.
It's going to reduce airflow.
A little bit. Okay, here we go. now we're
talking physics.
We're getting too damn technical here. I still think. Okay. I mean, this is coming out the back of the car. It's not like the front where we talked about the thing with TADs, and if you're doing performance driving and the grille screen covers and all that. I still think that this is a viable option, a good suggestion, that you keep debris and crap from the road going up in there. Just like on the Z51s, you don't put those full extensions of the rear ducts here because crap can get stuck in there. That's designed specifically for the track. So this is a little longer than I wanted. Sorry, we get into this conversation, and this has really been on my mind. I said, hey, when you get this in the air, man, stop. I got to come back there and film that for you guys. But I really think this is something that we need. You guys leave a comment down below. What do you think? I think I'm right on this. This is just coming from the gut, coming from the heart. When I saw that, I walked up to it. I mean, it's cool that, you know, Paragon's got their little emblem right here that you can see when the car's down low, but having all that open area, even more so when the mufflers aren't there, I think this is something to certainly have a conversation about as we are right now. You know how good the viewers are to you and I.
Sure.
Simply amazing.
Absolutely.
I mean, Michael and Christy got you that beautiful chair, brought you something else yesterday.
Yep. Thank you cards, some gift cards in it.
This box was also from Michael and Christy. To me, it was another Paragon exhaust with the blue tips to match my car. I didn't know what to say. I said, that was just like over the top generous. And I told him on the phone, I said, Michael, I can't accept that. He goes, oh no, man, it would be an honor. Please put it on your car. I said, dude, that's just too much. Partly too, I have something else in the works, so I didn't want to conflict with that. So thank you for the generosity and your thoughtfulness. But there's the box. It's going back to Paragon. Paragon, you guys do a great job. Chuck was impressed with their tooling and the machining. And
absolutely. I mean, the bracketry to hold the cylinder deactivation valves, very, very cool.
Yeah, everything very well made. So you guys will hear this exhaust on Sunday's vlog when we show you the full reveal and great conversation we had yesterday with Michael and Christy. So I just wanted to share that with you and just wanted to thank Michael again for the things all of you do for us, no matter how little, how big, just shock me. But I just said, wow, that's just way too much, man. I can't accept that. But thanks, dude. You're awesome. Oh yeah, my office away from the office. Now yesterday, as we told you it would, the 2022 Corvette order guide information did come out. I've got a link down below in the description if you want to check that out. I want to go through a couple of things that I discovered, but I know a lot of you spend so much time on the Chevy Build Your Own tool. That's a great tool, but keep in mind that for the 2022 won't go live until September. That's about when the birdies are saying. September 7th is when production begins for 2022 Corvette. We did do a video earlier. The visualizer is on there, so you can play around with that a little bit, but the Build Your Own tool, pricing it out, because we don't have full pricing yet for 2022s, well, that'll go live in September. But this right here, this is my Bible, man. This helps me help you inspecting the car, making suggestions so you know what is definitively in these packages. So many times when you're on that Build Your Own tool, you'll click this and say, oh no, you can't get this, you got to get that. Well, no, in order to get this, you have to delete this. And you're like, well, wait a minute. You got all these pop-ups, and then you don't even know what you're ordering. You get totally confused and you get dizzy. This helps you. I guess maybe that's the old school part of me. I like that tangible. I'm glad we have brochures. I love reading through this. A few things I did discover and looking at the order guide I want to talk with you now, so let's jump on the computer and go through it real quick. But again, there is a link down below if you wish to look at it on your own time. All right, so here's the PDF link that's down below in the description. The order guide for the 2022 Corvette starts off with all your contact information on your boy Ricky. Cell number, email address, lower left is Instagram, lower right, Facebook, and bam, right in the middle, where you are right now on my channel. Thank you, here on YouTube. So the order guide always starts off and it gives us the deletions from the prior year. And we know by now for 2021, Sebring Orange is canceled, Shadow Gray is canceled, Zeus Bronze, the Stingray, illuminated sill plates no longer available and not coming back as many thought they would for 2022. And the pewter open spoked wheels, saw that a lot on the Zeus Bronze. That wheel is no longer available, but we don't have a chrome. A lot of guys are waiting for the chrome wheel. Still not coming from Chevrolet. 2022 editions, new features, and again, by now we know most of this stuff. A couple of new discoveries I'm going to share with you as I went through this order guide. Caffeine Brown Metallic. Meatloaf, that's the new color for 2022. Hypersonic Gray, Amplify Orange, Championship C8R Edition. We did some videos on that of recent. And in looking at it, that's an aesthetic package. You guys know that. But there's one thing, in my opinion, that Chevrolet missed. We'll talk about that in a future video. And when I show you what that one thing is, number one, I think you'll agree with me. And number two, I think that most of you will do that to your car. Stay tuned. That's still to come on the channel. TVS low rear spoiler and front splitter. We discovered that last April at the National Corvette Museum Bash event. And there's also going to be a new premium indoor car cover, the gray version of the C8R, that rendered pictured car that comes with the special edition package. We already have the yellow one, as you see there now. And something interesting on this 5V7 black ground effects. We'll talk about that as I go through that here in a second. And I want to thank CorvetteBlogger.com and MidAgeandCorvetteForum.com. We were the first ones on the internet months ago talking about these new 2022 Corvette accessories coming, and there they are. The visible carbon fiber, as GM calls it, a door intake trim. I call it the body blade, and the visible carbon fiber high wing spoiler. Not available, though, at the start of production, which is supposed to be September 7th. More on that as we get confirmation from Chevrolet. But for you carbon fiber freaks out there, man, if you do the ground effects, your roof, the front grille, the mirror caps, these body blades and the high wing, Wow, that's going to be a smoking hot car, man. Okay, let's scroll through this, and this is what I was talking about. Here's your coupe and convertible and your packages. Very easy to decipher what you're getting and what you can't get in a particular package. And as I scrolled down here the other day, okay, there it is. PEF, that's a new code that I just noticed. It's the Contoured Liner Protection Package, and all that is the Jake all-weather liners, the CAV and the RIA that you could order individually. So being in this package, this PEF, does that give us any price advantage when you order them as such rather than doing them individually? I don't know at this point. We don't have the full pricing as far as options and packages. Waiting on that still to come. That will be a future video on the channel as well. All we do know about 2022 pricing is the base price did go up $1,200 over the 2021. And as we go through here, was just a couple small things I picked up. I love looking at this stuff. Okay, here's one thing I was really looking forward to because I had some questions and yet still have one more question after seeing it. The Championship C8R Edition gives you an idea. Everything that's included up in here, but get off this for a second. There you go. The QE5, a new black Trident spoke wheel. So I didn't know what wheel was going to come. I don't know if you had choices on that. So we know now, yes, we're getting a black Trident wheel with that special edition package, but the wheel that we saw that you're looking at now from the media shots, is that the wheel? Because it doesn't look any different to me. And this is a whole new wheel code. So kind of curious, did they do that code just because it comes on the car now and it's not an accessory wheel and we as a dealership don't have to install it like you did on the 5DF option because that's still available? Or is it an all new design? So that still remains to be seen, and yet another question as we walk away from this 2022 order guide. Also keep in mind your ground effects. You've got some flexibility on those. You can choose either these two here or the side rocker extensions, but you have to pick something in the special edition package. Again, only $1,000 to be ordered, coupe or convertible, your choice. I have an idea on how they're going to disperse the allocations. I don't want to talk about that or talk out of turn just yet, so stay tuned, we'll let you know, because at this point, you can see the tabs, but you can't enter in a preliminary order yet for the 2022 Corvette. And that leads me to this right here, the ZF1. The question that I have is, you look at this as an independent option, it looks like you can remove the front splitter and the rear spoiler on a Z51 car. That's the stuff that people want on the regular Stingray, but not buying the $6,000 Z51 brake package and cooling and so forth. So personally, I don't think that you'll be able to do that to a Z51. I think this ties into something else. Talk about that here in just a second as I scroll down. Nothing crazy here. So there's the code for the visible carbon fiber door intake, the body blade trim. And here, okay, this is another question for 2022. 5V7 new black ground effects, but it requires, here's the caveat, it requires a high wing. What is that all about? Stay tuned, we'll cover it on the channel in future videos. And then here's the code for the visible carbon fiber high wing right there. And where's that other one right now? Okay, there it is, the TVS. Now I think the ZF1, and clearly it does, if you order a Z51 car, makes you get this right here, so you have the arrow delete. These two option codes tie in together. Again, I don't think you can order ZF1 on a Z51 independently. I think when you click that box, because we can't check that yet at the time we're doing this video, can you do that independently? Or when you check that box, it's gonna say, oh no, you gotta order TVS with that. So that remains to be seen, and we will certainly keep you up to date and have more fun, crazy conversation on our beloved Corvette. In that order guide link down below in the description, I put this dimension thing, just some information I thought you guys need and would enjoy. And interior options, depending on the package you pick, the seat code, seat trim, recommended combos up here. And then as you continue to scroll down, this is helpful to a lot of guys, just knowing the colors available. But for a lot of you guys out there that have specialty cars and street rods, and you're like, hey, I really like that, because this has happened already. I really like that red mist and I'd like to paint my street rod that color. Well, give your body shop this WA number right there, and they should be able to pull that up and paint your whatever, your wagon, your bike, that color to match red mist in the event you have a Corvette that goes with that. Some really detailed caveat information down below here in the interior trims. Check that out at your leisure. Custom interior trim combinations, very limited there, but again, more flexibility. This is the most customizable Corvette that we've ever had to order. And for a guy that's ordered Chevrolets for every dealership I've been at since 1995, it is a little effort, but that's why I enjoy doing this with you, letting you know, yes, you can get this, or making some suggestions. So when we get to that finalization point for you guys and we're doing business with you, I have so much fun having these conversations. So here's the wheels that are at the end of the order guide link there that I've talked about, and yet you'll see the QE5 wheels do not have an image. So maybe they're not this 5DF that's up above. Again, we're walking away with a couple more questions that I didn't want to have, that I didn't think we would have after we got this order guide that was published from Chevrolet yesterday, as they promised it would. So there you go, guys. That's the 2022 order guide. Still scratching your head? Yeah, come on. After the last couple of years, do you expect this to actually be easy at this point? I know it's supposed to be. Hey, thanks for watching the channel today. Some good information, a couple of good ideas to think about as we talked about this morning with Chuck. Leave those comments down below and support us if you would, please, by subscribing and liking this video. Now, don't go anywhere. We've talked about cool cars. Let's check out some more. Let's check out now your beautiful rides. And thank you again for watching.
I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you hindsight is fleeting, oh, and your heart's bleeding, and all you can see is red, till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then, or what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead, 'cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait, 'cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I